It's a beauty.
Look at this, eh? Wow, that's gorgeous.
Blaine, Birch Bay, Bellingham, and of course, beer.
Travel guys are in the Pacific Northwest next. Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Darren Parkman.
And we are the Travel Guys.
Well, my friend, this time we find ourselves in our own backyard, but in a different country, no less. Yes, we're in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, encompassing Blaine, Birch Bay, and Bellingham, the 3 Bs.
That's right. Coming up, and I have no idea what any of this means, put on stylish gumboots and harvest oysters during low tide.
You can't grasp that?
No idea.
And I will attempt to electrocute myself at the Spark Museum in Bellingham.
You purposely try to electrocute yourself.
I've got it coming. I do.
All right?
Yeah.
And hey, I will accept a gracious offer from Darren Parkman to spend some time at his Birch Bay vacation home, no charge.
Nothing of it.
I know there's got to be a charge.
Oh, a nominal fee. It is high season.
High season.
All that and a lot more coming up, so stick around. Classy. It's a style.
Very nice. I expect nothing less.
Absolutely. Get in.
All right. Carolina, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Carolina. How you doing? How you doing? It's a little bit
This is what happens when you have a limo.
strong language. That's okay. All right.
Well, you're looking at some stylish footwear that Parkman and I are wearing right now, actually, here at Drayton Harbor.
We got the gumboots on, and we're about to do some oyster harvesting, and this should be fun. The boots are to protect our feet
Yes.
from the sharp oysters.
Yes. So you fashionistas out there, we don't want to hear any comments.
It is a good look, though.
All right, let's get on it.
Let's get on the boat. All right.
Got cormorants up top and seagulls down low.
Do they eat oysters?
Cormorants are
We're here with Mark Seymour from Drayton Harbor Oyster Company. Mark, these bags are chock full of delicious oysters, aren't they?
Yeah, every bag has between 10 to 20 dozen oysters at different sizes. You know, as they grow bigger and bigger and bigger, our job is to always thin them out so they are light enough to float. Anytime the bag gets incredibly heavy, it means that we're not doing our job as oyster farmers, because we do have a live animal in here, and a lot of them.
And you're out here every day collecting these, yeah?
Yeah, depending on what the moon's doing, right? So right now we're on one of the bigger low tides of the year. It's what we call a -3 foot. Tide right now is coming back in, so with that it's bringing a bunch of food and nutrients to the oysters. A couple hours ago we were out and it was dry land. You're walking around, it was like a sandbox.
So this will be like up here in 6 hours, you
12
said?
feet.
Wow.
12 feet,
Yeah,
eh?
well,
Wow.
Let's not stay out here that
No,
long.
no, no.
Let's
I
not.
don't like Mark that much. All right.
Now, Mark, these are grown from very small size. How long does it take for an oyster to mature, to come from here to the dinner table at your restaurant?
Yeah. We get them at 2 millimeters, work them up to about the size of your thumbnail. At that point we call it about a 1/2-inch oyster that'll go into a 1/2-inch bag mesh, and then we're not going to lose them, right? They're not going to fall out. Then they can come out to the farm. They can grow out here where it's a lot healthier environment for them. They're out of their nursery phase a year and a half to 2 years.
All right, thanks, Mark. We look forward to eating these suckers back at the restaurant. I don't know if you want to hold my arm there like a...
Just holding it, helping you in there. All right. Watch it. Careful, careful.
Oh,
Watch it. Well done.
let's dump them up.
Wow, what a beautiful, sunny summer day out in the water, sir.
Good times, good times.
Well, now we're on the patio, another gorgeous spot at the Drayton Harbor Oyster Company with a couple of their lost dog beers.
Great beer, and we're about to eat what we just caught. Well, we didn't really catch them, we kind of picked them up, but the oysters we just picked out right out there, just not that far away.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat what we caught, and they look delicious.
And we should say these are grilled now because the water's too warm out there right now, so you
That's
can't
right.
eat them
For
raw,
safety,
right?
gotta have them grilled, so let's give them a try.
Okay.
Not bad at all. Oysters and beer. Carolina. Oh, what's this? Well, we're standing here with the unofficial ambassador of Blaine and our new best buddy, Mike Hill. Mike, your family has a crazy long history in this town. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my mom and dad had the Pastime Tavern down here for over 50 years.
And my mom and dad used to go to the Pastime in the mid-50s, and I used to go there in the 1990s. And sadly, that's no longer here, but the town is changing a lot, isn't it?
It sure has. It's changing for the better. We're getting tons of Canadians coming back after COVID. You know, Blaine's really making a turn for the best.
You still save $1 a gallon.
Oh, yeah.
You do, yeah.
Hey, let's talk about some of the things you are doing in a proactive way to get people from Canada and other parts of the States. The border is right there.
Yeah.
What's the city doing? I know you're a big force in terms of trying to create more enthusiasm and reason to come down here.
We have the setting here. We pretty much got the foundation built here, and now we're starting to build the home that's always needed to be here. And Blaine has always been a place to go get things where we're going to turn this place into a destination.
Yeah.
And that's already starting. Blaine has changed a lot since I remember it in the 1990s. Tell us about some of the changes. You got a great, funky gas station store right behind us here. You got the Starbucks next door, and you got a cool gas fire pit, I guess, on the sidewalk.
Yeah, big fireplace. We got about a 16-foot fireplace sitting out in front of the Starbucks, and it's a lighthouse Starbucks. We got an oyster place down the road here that's becoming world famous. People love it. You can actually go out there and fish for the oysters, and
We should try that. We should try that.
I think we succeeded.
you fish for the oysters, and by the time you pick them off out there in the bay, they're sitting on your plate by the time you get the time to eat.
That's the kind of stuff tourists love.
Well, Parkman, now we're inside Mike Hill's store, and I got to tell you this, I've never been in here before. This is a cool looking place.
It's got that small town Blaine feel here, and I
Yeah.
gotta say, this is a throwback for me. This is 1960s, 70s all over again.
Yep.
It's soda pop in the glass bottle. You know, I collect old soda
Yeah.
memorabilia.
What is
this?
this?
Is like a throwback to a 1940s Orange Crush bottle.
What is this?
That's Squirt.
Squirt, what would Squirt be?
It's like a lemon lime drink
Yeah.
from the 60s and 50s, but they're making all these old pops again. You know what this would be good with? You know what this would be good with?
What?
A little shot of bourbon.
Bourbon and Crush.
Yeah. What are you looking at there, sir?
Well, I'm thinking of buying something from Mike's store. It's a new show that all the kids are talking about.
Yeah?
You heard the Golden Girls?
The Golden Girls.
Yeah.
With B. Arthur?
Yeah.
What
it's-
century is this?
Well, no, it's a big popular show, and this is a puzzle that I'm going to be buying to do in my hotel room, spare time.
That's perfect for you.
Mike, we're having a great time here. I have been to gas station convenience stores before, but this behind, you've got Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Bublé playing.
You can hear Sinatra while you're pumping gas.
Yeah,
Where else
yeah.
can you do that?
Oh, yeah.
And I guess we have to ask you, how is Blaine going to change in the future? Because you have such a beautiful waterfront vista here, and if you want to make it a destination, people are going to want to live here.
We want to build a community down here, which it really needs for workers and stuff like that. In 5 years, you probably won't know this town. We got a good council, and everybody's on board here of getting this town shaped back up.
Please keep the small town Americana feel, though. That's what's cool about it. You come down here, it's like going to Mayberry.
We don't want to be a high-rise place. We just want to be a point fishing village by the sea that when you cross that border, we got to give you a reason to come in.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is when you do cross that border, it really is like going to a different world compared to anything we have in Canada. That's why I'm down here every chance I get.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for talking to us, Mike. We appreciate it, buddy.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Speaking of things you can't do in Canada, we're going to go in there and buy some beer in the convenience store at the gas station, which
We're
we
not
can't
allowed to do that in
Can't do
Canada.
that in our country.
We're not mature enough in Canada.
Oh, it's all right. We're all friends now.
That's another reason to come here. Beer inside the gas station.
On the way to the Blue Jay game.
There you go. Cheers. You haven't been here in, what, 30 years?
I don't know. Is it right to say so different? There's a lot of
It's
development.
actually cleaned up a lot, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful new buildings in Blaine. There used to be a porn movie theater down here
That's
called
what
the
I remember.
Seaview.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was famous. That's a great place to just come for the day.
Yeah.
Got the water on one side and
Yeah.
some great businesses on the other.
Yeah, I mean, you could throw a baseball to where the the border crossing is.
Yeah, Peace Arch is right behind us.
Yeah.
Tell you what, buddy, I do have a vacation house in Birch Bay, which
Really?
we're heading to later. You got to check it out. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
It's right on the water. You can come there, stay as long as you want.
For free.
For free, absolutely for free, man. You're a buddy. Well, we're now about 15, 20 minutes away from downtown Blaine in the beautiful seaside city of Bellingham.
Buddy, I haven't been here in a long time, but it's exactly how I remember it. Like a lot of antique stores, cool, funky cafes, a lot of history.
It's got a very, you said funky, it's got a very funky vibe down here, and there's some cool old taverns, great architecture.
Yeah.
Look at this building behind us.
Yeah.
I think that's City Hall. And I really want to check out that Spark Museum of Electricity, which is in this neighborhood. Let's go walk around.
You got it. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
4 out of 5. Well, you know the rest of it, don't you?
That's cool old
That's
mic,
very
though.
cool, actually. I love
And
this section.
All the radio station mics up
Yeah,
here
yeah.
with all the flashers on them. Wow, that's a bygone era. I've been to Bellingham many, many times, but I did not know that the Spark Museum existed here in Bellingham. It's one of the best kept secrets. And I gotta say, this is a very enlightening place. Enlightening place. You never heard that before, have you?
No, I haven't.
I'm here with John Jacobs, who is the president of the museum, and this place, for those that haven't been here, is very, very cool. It really is. Tell us about some of the highlights here now. You have some incredible early displays of electricity, but you have other things like, I just walked by a big telescope. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So the telescope you saw was used by Napoleon during his conquest of Europe. He was the first person to establish a telegraph network, but it wasn't an electric telegraph, it was an optical telegraph.
Hence the telescope.
Yes, and he had these big semaphores on top of towers all over Europe, 600 of them, and each one was equipped with a telescope so they could send a message from one to the next.
And that's actually, he actually used that very telescope.
Yes.
That's pretty incredible. I want a picture with that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
For those that haven't been here also, there's a lot of interactive displays and hands-on things you can do here. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, we have lots of interactive exhibits, and some of the interactives are actually artifacts like our theremin that you can play without touching it.
Wow, talent.
Every exhibit has at least one interactive in it that somehow reinforces the exhibit, whether
Thank you.
that's a working model of that semaphore telegraph I just described, or a Morse code that you can send and you can watch the Morse code go by.
I just tried
visually.
that.
Yeah.
What was that big cage I saw? There's a giant cage down
Yeah, that's our Cage of Doom.
there. Cage of Doom.
Yeah, we use that with the Mega Zapper, our big Tesla coil, the largest Tesla coil west of the Mississippi.
Now,
Yeah,
do you get electrocuted?
no, it's actually the safest place in the room, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
The Room of Doom, or whatever they call this thing.
Cage of Doom behind us here, yeah.
Don't think of it as anything bad, but the
Well,
guys here are just saying maybe you could go in there and try.
I know I have a personality flaw. Could that help?
It couldn't hurt.
I do not want to go in the Cage of Doom. Fair enough? I'm not going in the Cage of Doom. I'm actually inside the
This
Cage
is
of Doom.
all going to be great, honestly. Okay, I told you to be okay.
Oh my God, that was wonderful. Great to be in jolly old London. in addition to that, you have some real early radio artifacts as well that I'm interested in, having worked in radio for many years. Tell us about those.
So we have radio artifacts beginning with the very earliest experiments with radio. We have artifacts that were contemporary with Hertz and his discovery of radio waves. We have a number of Marconi artifacts, and in fact right behind you is a completely equipped wireless room from the Titanic.
So this is what it would have looked like, exactly
yes,
like this.
exactly
Looks pretty
like
primitive,
that.
doesn't it?
It is very primitive.
And what are we
Basically
leaning on here?
This is a big spark transmitter that was in the 1917 wireless station in Seattle.
Wow, this museum has everything. In front of us is an early 1900s Victrola with the big, huge sound horn in front of it. And it's got one of the hottest records of the day, you said.
Caruso, first million-selling artist, and probably one of the reasons why these machines became so popular.
What's the song?
O Solo Mio.
Oh, Sole Mio, that one?
A lot better than that, actually.
Wow. Redone by Elvis Presley as Now or Never.
That's right.
That sound quality's pretty good.
This is
Not
the
bad.
first. This is the Sinatra of his era. This is superstar.
That Caruso had pipes. He had the pipes.
I got to ask you something. Your viewers are probably wondering, why are you holding socks?
Well, I thought it might rain later. This, my friend, is an early form of volume control. Wait till the record gets really loud. Hear how loud it got?
Wow.
Well, you want to adjust
So there's no
the volume?
There's no volume on this.
No, this is the volume control. Hear how loud that is? It's as simple as that. There you go. We turned it down a couple notches. That's where the expression came from, put a sock in it. It came from putting a sock inside a Victrola horn, which is what people actually did. It's very high tech.
This is 115 years old.
You want me to turn it up again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Wow.
Good song, good song. Well, it's a very impressive museum, and I recommend anyone coming to check it out. Thanks so much for talking to
you're
us,
welcome.
John.
My pleasure.
And remember, this place is very, what is it? Enlightening. I don't think you even get it. You can come to Birch Bay, my vacation house, anytime you want.
You told me that.
That's why I got the darn place,
I know,
for your use.
Okay,
I mean,
so
come
I
on.
just, again, I gotta ask. I show up
Anytime, anytime. No, you're
anytime.
always welcome.
I show up at midnight, no problem.
How can I make it any clearer?
Mike, thank you for hosting us here.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, Mike. Thank
Cheers
you.
to you guys, thank you.
More travel, guys, after this. Well, we're on the patio here with Stephen, who's going to talk to us a little bit about this spectacular resort we've been staying at. Stephen is a guy who lives in the middle of a big city. I love that I'm standing outside with you and I don't hear anything, people talking around here, but it's just nature. That must be a big selling point.
Isn't it beautiful? I mean, we're here in the Pacific Northwest. Everywhere you look, one spot is better than the other. Yeah, it seems quiet right now, but Jim, you should see it when we get the barbecues rolling. We've got Packers behind us. It's a sports bar on one side and fine dining on the next side. It's unique in that aspect, but both of them have the beautiful view that you can see right now. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, and you should also see you've also got a really nice cozy cafe that I was in this morning. And so when you are out where you are here, away from the noise of the towns and everything, you really do want to be able to offer everything for people to stay. Like, let's, for example, a great spa.
The hotel itself, 198 rooms with some beautiful suites. One of my favorites is the Point Robert Suite, which is on the end. It faces the beach. It's dog friendly. You can walk right out to the beach anytime you want, day or night. It's absolutely beautiful. We have some of the most gorgeous rooms in the Pacific Northwest. This resort is unique because we're out pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to beat this view and the amenities that we have.
Maybe we should say you say miles, we say kilometers, but you're only a few kilometers from Birch Bay and Blaine and not far from Bellingham. I'm seeing a lot of adults here that look, getting getaway weekends and things like that, but I'm also seeing a lot of families, so you obviously offer rooms that can accommodate families.
Well, we definitely cater to families and dogs. We have our first floor is dog friendly, and we've designed a lot of those rooms to accommodate our puppies. The one thing we really enjoy is seeing the families out here, especially during the summer season. If you look out here in the summer, it's full of families, full of kids, everybody having a great time. That's what we cater to the best is the families.
I really like too, a nice pool, you've got tennis, pickleball, and at night, something that we've been participating in is kind of the around the fire with the s'mores and everything you guys do every night, huh?
Oh, the s'mores is such a huge thing. We have the bonfires, and we have some private bonfires too, and they're all right on the beach. But everybody loves the bonfires. We start them usually around 7 o'clock.
I don't want to be the dead dog here, but Birch Bay. You gotta come to my house in Birch Bay. Buddy, you'd love it. It's right on the water.
But again,
it's my vacation place.
Yeah. Anytime I show up there, no problem.
You can stay as long as you want.
But anytime.
Maybe I should make you a key. I don't know, like this.
No, that's a little.
Consider it your second home.
So I just show up there anytime. Anytime.
You're always welcome.
Okay, anytime.
You're always welcome.
Okay. Well, another great area that we're visiting in this episode is Birch Bay Park, but I know you know this area very well from your childhood and, of course, a vacation property.
I literally grew up here. I love Birch Bay. This is the public beach here, and my favorite thing to do as a kid was to come down to the beach here, overturn the rocks, and catch baby crabs. And I caught one just a second ago.
Yeah, all right.
Want to see him?
Sure.
Yeah, I've given him a name already.
That quick?
Yeah,
Wow.
Roy.
Roy, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there. Look at that. Caught a brother for Roy.
Buddy, one of the things that continues to amaze me is just the low tides. I mean, you can walk out there for like half a mile.
Birch Bay is known for that. You can walk literally about a mile out there when the tide is out, but you got to be careful. You'll be out there having fun, and next thing you know, it's up to here.
And also, you know, you go across the street, and there's just a lot of great bars and restaurants. It's a cool
A lot of
neighborhood.
old school bars and restaurants. There really are. You know, outdoor patios, live music. This is the place to come. Hey, remember those fun parks of the 1970s?
I do not, actually. I had libraries, military school, a lot of discipline, that kind of thing.
That's really sad, actually.
Well, it explains a lot, actually.
Well, there's a place called Station 49 right outside Birch Bay. That's where we are right now. We're getting lots of requests via email for the travel guys, people wanting middle-aged men to ride go-karts. We're going to do that now.
Sorry, I got to just interrupt you here.
Yep.
I don't know what this disco bondage headgear thing is
This
you're
thing
wearing.
up here?
But, what's going on there?
I know you wouldn't understand it.
Just...
It's something that I like to call Parkman's all-new cranial car cam, or PANCCC.
Boy, that just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It's a PANCCC unit.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna get great shots with this thing.
All right.
Does it look good?
Well,
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna win this one. All right, I've lapped Jim Gordon once. I don't see why I can't lap him again. I'm coming up the rear. All right, I'm gonna lap him again.
thank you.
Okay, who won? Who won that race?
I just talked to somebody there. Actually, apparently I'm getting some award for going the slowest they've ever had on the track.
I lapped you 3 times.
yeah.
I lapped you 3. Hey, good job, though. Good job, man. You put your all into it, I can tell.
Well, after humiliating myself on the go-karts and even worse...
Don't talk about yourself like that.
Well, no, it's just leading... I'm going somewhere with this.
Hey, you tried, and that's all that matters. You're a winner for participating.
Yes, the man beside me is actually going to give me an award for, again, slowest driver. Hey, we're with Dale. We're here at the adult parts of the park. I like this. You've got a nice bar here, a nice theater. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I'm glad you guys made it.
We did.
Dale, the thing I love about this park is it's a really kind of a wholesome atmosphere here. And what's unique about Station 49 is these crazy carvings everywhere, and they've really got character. Tell us about where all these carvings came from, because right behind the property where the train takes you, there's millions of these great displays. So tell us how that came about.
Well, I found a gentleman that went to a church I used to attend, and he's from Everson, Washington. And so I pick him up every week. He doesn't like to drive. He doesn't have a cell phone, email.
Wow.
And so he comes out almost every week, if he's not carving for one other person, and comes out and builds our displays, carves wood, paints them, everything.
How long does it take him to do one of these? He does them with chainsaws?
He does do them wholly with chainsaws, yeah. Like the Station 49 one that's over there, that probably took him, almost a day.
Really?
There's the bigger displays in the woods that have crossings going over the train tracks. He's worked on those 3-4 days.
The one thing I mentioned off the top is that we're kind of in, I'll call it the adult part of the park. We
Yes.
had the fun
We're
with the
having an adult
families.
beverage as we
are.
speak. Yes.
Hey, let's talk about, you got a bar here so you can see, but you also have some great entertainment here on weekends. Talk about what, say, the adults can come see after dark.
On Friday, Saturday, Sundays in the summertime, we have live music every day. We try to keep it as mostly country western as we can. It suits our theme.
What makes this so unique is you see this all under the stars with a forest behind you. It really is kind of a throwback atmosphere, and there's really nothing like it that I've seen in Canada, but you want to check out some really unique entertainment, this is the place.
Yeah, and some great fun at the park too.
And they got booze. That's important.
Thank you again, sir.
Cheers.
Hey, and
Thank
we
you.
should give a
Thanks,
shout
Dale.
out to the
Cheers.
brains of the operation, your wife Sheila, who was smart enough to not want to appear with Darren and I. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Cheers.
She's got more class than that.
I gotta open the door.
You gotta do that. Yeah, put it forward.
What did you lie to these people about? Good Lord, I gotta open the
Well, we've had a great time in Blaine, Bellingham, Birch Bay with beer.
Yes, but before we leave, as we you got all the 4 Bs there.
I did.
Before we leave, as we always do, let's check out Jim and Darren's top 5 coolest things about our trip to the Pacific Northwest. Number 5.
Being driven around in style in our 1962 Rolls Royce with the very affable driver, Carolina. Number 4.
It's got to be checking out beautiful Birch Bay on a sunny afternoon during low tide. Number 3.
Hanging out at Station 49 Fun Park here in Birch Bay, Washington.
I got to go, actually.
Where are you going?
No, they're presenting me an award with as the slowest driver ever.
I lapped him 4 times I lapped him.
Well done.
That was an experience.
Number 2.
It's got to be being almost electrocuted at Spark Museum in Bellingham.
And the number 1 coolest thing about our trip to the Pacific Northwest.
It's got to be harvesting big honkin' oysters here in Drayton Harbor, Blaine. Look at the size of this sucker.
Really excited. Said anytime I wanted to stop by. It's all good. Anytime. Just a little trouble to answer the door here. They must be tied up doing something. Hey, that's it. Hi,
hi, yeah.
Hi, you're
Hi,
part of
good
my
to see
course,
you,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, you said I could stop by any time, any day of the week. I'm here for a couple days to relax and chill out.
Well, you could have called for us, actually.
Well, no, but you said I didn't have to call. You said that I could just show up any time.
It's not a great time.
Really?
Most people would have the class.
You got people there? What's going on there?
Well, it's got stuff going on and that, but
I got it on tape. You said I could pop by any time.
Well, you show up unannounced, and
But you said I didn't have to worry about it. I remember his exact wording was
I
come
don't
by
think I
anytime.
said that.
Really?
Can
I just come in to see what's going on?
I don't think I said that, but yeah, come on in, sure, come on in, yeah, come on in here, okay?
Wow.
Okay, we.
Post-production services by First Anniversary Pictures.
Quackery. It didn't really work, but it's supposed to cure headaches through electricity, hypertension, nervous disorder. You got a nervous disorder.
I've got all of those.
Okay.
It's okay.
You have to hold hands? Well, you don't have to ask us twice. Yeah. Okay, I feel it.
Now I can
there
feel
we
it,
go.
yeah.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
Wow.
Why are we holding hands again?
I don't know, actually.